Okay, everybody, and back again in the Grampians, and today we just happened to stop across a really nice veterans car rally, and we're introducing you today to a gentleman named Terry who's going to tell us a little bit more about these vehicles. This is Terry. He's the gentleman just referring about. He's going to let us know a little bit more about the rally and some of the vehicles. How are you, Terry?
Yeah,
how are you, mate?
Yeah, good. So this is a rally for cars which were built before 1918.
Right.
Which is the cut-off date for the Veteran Car Club, December 1918. And this particular rally is for cars with one or two cylinders only. So it's
wow.
an annual event, and it's getting more and more popular, but it's getting harder and harder to find vehicles with one or two cylinders.
Oh, I can imagine. I've seen some quite amazing cars around. You've got some Renaults and some Buicks, and was it Buick or Cadillacs?
Well, the oldest one on the rally is a little 1900 steam car.
Wow.
And there's I think about 1916 is the youngest of them. So this one, for example, is two-cylinder Buick. It's 1910.
1910. You might want us to show a little bit around it while if you got some spare time.
It's a bit different. What looks like the engine is the petrol tank.
Oh, it's the petrol tanks in the front of these ones. Oh, yeah, you can see the cap on top. Yep.
Yeah, and the engine's underneath.
Engine's underneath it. Okay.
And it's got one forward speed, and that's it.
It's probably enough in those days, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
And so it's got a planetary gearbox. It's a surprisingly workable vehicle for its age.
Wow. Yeah. Well, a lot of work's going into these too. So this obviously is a labour of love. And how many hours you reckon you put into something to bring up to this sort of state? What's ongoing?
I'd hate to think.
Hate to think.
But every time before you come out for a rally, you're looking at a day's work to polish up, tidy up, tighten up nuts and bolts, check things out, because they're old, they vibrate a fair bit and things get loose. And I lost a nut this morning, so...
yeah, I've lost my brother-in-law. He's got... Well, this is terrific, Terry.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
And as I said, they're a lot of fun, and they appeal to all sorts of different people.
Oh, I think they appeal to all generations. It's they really are a credit to their owners. So.
Yes, so some of them are really rare. There's a couple here. There's at least two that I know of that are the only ones of one or two left in the world.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And the little 1900 steam car, I think that's probably the only one left.
Yep.
Terrible things happen. You get shed fires and that sort of stuff. And
yeah, there is that, and I guess the bushfires, people would have lost vehicles as well. Yeah,
indeed.
The floods as well.
Yep. And so these things gradually, slowly but surely tend to reduce the number available.
Yeah. Yep. So you're here for today, or is it the weekend, or then you're heading off?
Till Sunday afternoon.
Right. Terrific. And where are you from?
I'm from Geelong.
Geelong. Oh, nice. Terrific.
But the furthest away comes from Queensland for this rally.
Yep.
And South Australia, they're here from 5 states.
Yep.
Queensland, New South Wales, Victoria, South Australia and Tasmania here.
Yeah, I think I recognised the old Renault that was at the French Day a couple of years ago as well.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. There's I can see about 6 Renaults around me now.
Oh, terrific.
So there's 2 of them over there behind this Humber.
Yep, let's see them over the back here.
Renault AXs. Yeah, so lots of interesting stuff. The high wheelers are very interesting vehicles.
They would be...
they're very early.
Yep.
And they are what they look like. They are converted buggies. Take the shafts off.
Yeah.
And put a steering wheel on.
And put a steering wheel, okay.
And then put an engine in and away you go. But they are literally what they were. They're buggies.
So made by coach makers in the time. Yeah. Oh, that's terrific.
Yeah. And...
terrific.
And they fitted in the ruts along the roads.
Well, I was. Yeah, I suppose they'd been having not much in the way of suspension back then too, would they? No. So pretty hard ride, I'm guessing. Yeah. All right. Well, Terry. Well, thank you so much for your time, mate.
Great pleasure.
Yep. And I guess we'll see you around.
I hope you enjoy the day.
I will, mate. You too. Hope you enjoy it.
Good on you. Thanks.
So, Terry, you're just going to give us a demonstration of how you've sort of made life a little bit easier for yourself.
Yeah. Right.
Electric starter.
It should be a hand-wound start, but it's not.
We'll come around the back and have a bit of a look at this going, mate. Here we go. Oh, doesn't it sound beautiful too?
That's the job I've got to do. Got a loose
Something there.
loose cone.
Yeah. So as Terry was saying here, McDaddy, these were pretty well converted straight from coaches, put an engine straight into it. So McDaddy, you were just saying a minute ago, mate, that the last time you saw a collection of these cars like this together is when you got your driving licence.
Yeah, that'd be about it.
That's right.
I doubt you'll ever see a collection like this again. I probably won't see another collection like this
No,
again. It's just,
I don't think it
to see
is.
so many beautiful old vehicles around is just absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it's the video does not do this justice at all of how amazing these vehicles are.
Yeah, they're all pre-1918.
That's right, and all two-cylinder as well.
Yeah, so the love and time that goes into these vehicles.
And just saying a minute ago too, a lot of these have wooden axles and
Yeah, all the brushes. See a few brushes around here. They've always got the wooden axles. And a local men's club was able to fix them a new axle with some old timber.
wow, isn't that amazing?
Guy's just hand built that whole body.
Oh, he has, is
It's a
he?
work in progress at the moment.
Yeah, I can see he's duct taped
Yeah.
some of the. There's a good bit of oil spray happening, but
No, he's a little problem there. It's got no bonnet on it, and because it's got no bonnet, there's no heat in around the engine, and the intake manifold is freezing on it. Okay, which is like driving with a choke on, because as the
rich all the
intake
time, is it?
freezes up inside, the hole gets smaller and smaller and smaller, and then it runs out of power because it's choking itself to death. And usually you stop and get out and think, what the hell's wrong with this thing, and have a look around, hop in it, can't see anything wrong, head off, and go like a rocket.
Yep.
Then a few k's up the road, it's doing the same thing, it's freezing again. So I told him to put that bottle there, try and get some heat down onto the carburetor
Yep.
to stop it freezing.
Wow. A lot of the younger generation these days wouldn't even know what a choke was. It's even we learned to drive. You know, you get in and you have to pull the choke on, let it warm up, and so on.
And all these
I
cars,
use the crank handles.
Yeah.
all these
That
cars
was
will
the
do
idea.
over 100 kilometres today, and another 100 tomorrow, and 50 or 60 or something on Sunday.
And that's a hell of a day, isn't it, for these vehicles?
Well, it is when you're doing it at 25 kilometres an hour. I've got the little Swift, which is just the little red one just in here,
Yep.
and that's about 25. I might get 30 down the hill.
Yep.
It's about 25 kilometres an hour. It's only 7 horsepower.
Wow.
But these guys come from everywhere. They're here from South Australia and then New South Wales, Tasmania. You'll see some Tasmanian registered cars in Victoria.
The South Australian one.
And but it's only open to 1 and 2 cylinder cars
Well,
and motorcycles.
Yeah, we used to do the French day a lot, my wife and I, and some of the Renaults and stuff were there.
I seen a funny thing this morning. There's a steam-powered Stanley steamer.
Oh, I've got to have a look at that
And
too.
coming, there it is, they're right up there with the roof. You see the black roof near the tree and that red
Yeah,
body?
okay,
I
yep,
think that's a steamer there, I think.
Yep.
Coming up the main hill out of Ararat, heading towards Moyston there. It's quite a steep pull, and he was on full steam coming up there. Now, you couldn't see behind him. It was full width of the bloody road. I was back behind him in the Swift, a little distance back, and still in the steam. And then next thing, the coppers come around me and pull in behind him. I think they must have thought the bloody thing was on fire, because the coppers would never know what a steam-powered car is.
No.
Yeah, and he's
No.
sitting in there, and I could barely see the cop car in the steam, because he's trying to get closer to see where the fire is. Sort of. And then I think after a while he must have thought, this is going to end in tears here and paperwork for me, so he just speared off up a dirt road somewhere and disappeared. I'm not getting involved with this shit.
Quick, add more coal.
yeah. So
Oh, gee. Oh, that's amazing.
yeah, but,
There's some beautiful cars here. It really, as I was saying to the gentleman earlier, that it's a real credit to you guys about how you managed to keep these things going.
yeah, well, you know, a little bit of work, a bit of love and care. I
Yeah,
suppose.
well, I used to build bikes with my dad when we were younger, and I think the pride and glory out of one of ours was an early matchless single 500, which
yeah.
I mean, it's nothing like these. It's 50 years in advance of these things, but still mid 50s, 53 or 55, I think it might have been something like that, about that era. And even trying to find parts for that was quite a job back then.
Every car here would be over 100 years old, and some around about 125 years old.
Yeah,
Yeah,
jeez,
so nothing under 100-year-old stuff here.
including him. So.
yeah. So no, look, it is good.
Yeah.
And then you get like the high wheelers.
Yep,
There's 2 or 3 high wheelers running around.
yep.
There's another one just through here.
Wow. Yeah.
But they're not as old. A lot of these other cars are older. The high wheelers only came in about 1908
Yep.
to about 1912.
Yep.
Yeah, and that was because they wanted to get out some of the remote farming things, because most of them come from America, and
Oh, right, okay.
farming places, so they used the buggies and just put a motor under them. Yeah.
Gee.
And then you get things like that Delage, it's got a single cylinder engine there. That thing cruises about 80 or 90 kilometres an hour.
Oh, it gets up, does it?
Oh shit, yeah.
Jeez.
A lot of these here, some of these have got really high tech. They look at the original engine on the outside, but they're running very high tech stuff inside. You
Wow.
can tell the way that's hitting up there, it's a big cylinder.
That's, yeah.
The passengers not going. They're from home Sydney, these guys.
It kind of sounds like a BSA. Well, hence the BSA motorcycle helmet. Got it.
Well, the guys driving and take away.
Jeez.
It's just changed into second gear.
Jeez. Just